It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police have arrested 4 men after a wild pursuit on the Stockton sand dunes. Officers spotted a Hyundai, which they believe stolen on Dunbar Street yesterday morning, but the car took off when they tried to pull it over. The car was then driven onto the beach and the officers commandeered a quad bike, chasing the car for 1.5 kilometres along the sand before catching the men. The 4 are facing 12 charges, including robbery. It's also alleged they were in possession of counterfeit cash. The family of a Belmont paramedic who took his own life have spoken out for the first time, saying he was calling out for help. Tony Jenkins worked with the ambulance service for 28 years and had been battling anxiety and work-related stress. He was called into a meeting with senior management on the afternoon of his death last month to discuss missing supplies of the powerful painkiller fentanyl. Tony's daughter Sydney has told the ABC he didn't receive any support from management.
I think after 28 years of helping everybody else, when it came down to it, he did ask for help and he didn't receive it, and he deserved to receive it.
It's since emerged Tony had no traces of fentanyl in his system when he died, and no notes were taken of his meeting with management, raising questions as to what was said. Video footage of a P-plater using her mobile phone while behind the wheel at Callaghan has gone viral on social media. The young woman is seen driving the red Holden Commodore down University Drive on Wednesday afternoon, even smiling and waving at the witness who captured the video. The footage has been handed to police, who are now asking for public help to locate the driver. Tip Top has announced it's closing its Gateshead bakery due to falling bread sales. Production at the Oakdale Road facility will wind up in July. Management is in talks with the 79 staff about redundancy packages and possible redeployment opportunities. The Samaritans Group are welcoming the release of a report confirming the Hunter's housing affordability crisis is growing. The latest rental affordability index reveals regional areas such as the Hunter are now just as expensive to live in as big cities. Samaritans say they see in the Hunter the detrimental effect of a lack of affordable housing can have on the lives of low-income earners. CEO Brad Webb says the lack of affordable housing is a key issue within our community.
Lack of access to housing was a key contributing factor to people experiencing hardship and needing to access emergency relief. Housing first approach really is the fundamental building block to addressing disadvantage for people, whether that being able to access a safe space in which to live, whether that be able to access education and employment. It's a fundamental building block.
After being closed for 6 weeks, the stretch of Hunter Street between Auckland and Merriweather Streets has been reopened to traffic this morning. Work on the light rail, including the Civic Stop and vital road and footpath upgrades, is now complete. Meanwhile, Worth Place connecting Hunter Street and Honeysuckle Drive is being closed on Monday, so traffic lights, lighting and footpaths can be installed.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Knights half Jack Cogger will need to brush aside the memories of last time he laced up the boots against Cronulla, a 62-0 thrashing. The youngster was on debut at the time and admits the team is in a much better position to perform on Sunday afternoon. Cogger said he'd love to make amends for this weekend.
It was about 2 years to the day, nearly 2 years and 1 month nearly, so I remember it quite clearly, but yeah, hope it would be nice to get one back on them this weekend. I know the squad's changed a lot since then, and I think we're in a way better position going into this game than we were 2 years ago.
Local rugby officials should be closer to knowing if Lake Macquarie is fit to remain in the competition this weekend as they face runaway leaders Merriweather. The Roos have been thrashed by 100 points twice this season, and another could force the hand of the governing body. In the other matches, Nelson Bay host Singleton, Hamilton face Beaches fresh off the bye, and Uni travel to Maitland. And former Hunter cricketing legend Belinda Clark has been appointed on the board of the International Cricket Committee. That's sport. I'm Josh Sim.
And the winning numbers in Powerball are 12, 14, 2, 18, 23, 19 and 25, and the Powerball number is 17. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.